everyone, and welcome to another Family Finance Friday. How's everyone doing? We've actually been doing these for so long that I've lost track of what number we're on. So hopefully you've been getting some value out of them, and please let me know what you think, how your family likes it, and if you have any ideas for future Family Finance Fridays, because I'm always open to trying something new and, of course, giving you what you want to learn about. So, for tonight, what I have for you is a SWOT analysis chart, which we've talked about this week. And I loved seeing everyone's superpowers because those are your strengths. That's like the epitome of your strength. And um, so it's very exciting to see what everyone's superpowers were. And that could be a fun way to look at this too, especially if you're doing this with kids, is you could talk about, your strengths are your superpowers, your threats are the villains. The weakness, I mean, like, the first one that comes to mind is Superman with his kryptonite. That would definitely be a weakness. And, the other things that go on. So you could actually, convert these terms to things that your kids will understand based on their favorite cartoons or action heroes and go from there. So, when you open up the spreadsheet, which is available if you click on the link, it'll take you over to the How to Be a Money Master website, where you'll be able to click on the downloadable PDF that has the SWOT analysis. And I put in some really pretty colors so that, hopefully it makes it a little more fun for the kids. And you can actually choose whether, what you want. And it's actually for adults too. So if you want to do this as an adult, if you want to do this as a small business owner, whatever the case might be, it's good for anyone. I did put on there, what area you're focusing on. So you want to circle whether it's business, health, wealth, relationships, happiness, friends, spirituality, um, money. I always said money was wealth. Sorry, he's was on my mind. But anyways, you can choose with school. It could be learning. It could be anything like that. So, let each person choose what they want to focus on. And then on page 2 of the chart, there's actually instructions and kind of a next step layout, so that after you've circled what you want to focus on, you can start thinking about what your strengths are in that area, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. And also, if you want to include the whole family, it could be kind of nice, depending on your family. I know, some kids, depending on what age in their development they're in, but it could be fun for them to kind of tell each other what they think their strengths are. So you could, ask one child to tell the other child what, they think that child's strengths are. Depending, I mean, once again, you don't want them to get mean at each other. And sometimes when you're talking about weaknesses or threats, sometimes I don't know, but it can get mean. If it's lighthearted and fun and the kids are having a good time, you may want to let them expand a little bit further. But if not, and don't be at all surprised. And it's okay if the kids, come up with things like, you have really stinky farts, or, you can belch your ABCs or something like that, which, as adults, we would not consider to, well, some would, but anyways, I digress. So anyways, so depending on how your kids are, you could either have them do this individually, or you could have them kind of help each other and brainstorm together and really make it something fun for the entire family to participate in. And one thing I did make sure that I pointed out here at the very end of what to do next is to make sure that if there's any threats, that they discuss it with a trusted adult, whether it be a parent, a relative, a teacher, somebody, so that they are being careful, because that is definitely something we want to focus on too, not just the money and business aspect of this. So, one of the big things is, if you see any overlap between the strengths and the opportunities, that's a business opportunity. And it doesn't matter how young they are. It could be a lemonade stand. It could be, them making dog treats and selling it. It could be, arts and crafts, anything along those lines, mowing lawns, delivering newspapers, depending on where you're at and what, what's going on in your area. Um, but there's a lot of opportunities there for kids to start thinking of ways to, be little entrepreneurs, because they are so creative and so fearless, and it's a great time to get started down that path. I know I started with mowing lawns when I was 12 years old. I actually, well, I wasn't paid for it, but I was actually helping my dad build houses and things like that before that, from pretty much the time we could pick up a hammer. I mean, we were mowing lawns when we were, when I was 8 years old, I could barely, reach the handle, and they had us, driving the tractor when we couldn't even reach the pedals. They'd put it in gear for us, and if we wanted to stop, we just kicked it out of gear. We knew how to, to hit the shifter and bounce it into neutral. So, and I know, my daughter, my niece, nephew, I did the same thing with them. From a young age, they were, shoveling gravel and moving hay and weeding and all sorts of things. So there could be some definite ways, even if they don't make a business out of it, just to be helpful. It could be that maybe one of their strengths is that they're very, very clean, and the opportunity could be that they could help with cleaning the house, with helping a grandparent clean the house, whatever the case might be. So like I said, there's a lot of fun that could come from this. And also, it's a really good way for them to learn about business, because once again, I talked about this on, I think it was Tuesday, but if you're the CEO of your own life, you really need to be knowing these kind of things. You need to be going through and knowing what your balance sheet is, what your personal income statement is, what your personal mission is. That's a big one, especially as you hit middle age and start having that midlife crisis, I guess. I think the whole point of a midlife crisis is where you figure out what your purpose was in life if you haven't figured it out by then. um, Having a cash flow statement, budgeting, all of those things that are going to make you successful, they would make you successful in business, will also make you successful in life. And so, this is just one of those steps that if you've never done it before, if you've never heard of it before, or maybe you've heard of it but really didn't understand what it was all about, or maybe it seemed a little overwhelming or scary or just, weird, you know, hopefully this makes it a little bit more accessible so that you can try it and see how it works. This is a great tool for the kids. It's also a great tool for the adults. And so hopefully, and you could even fill out one as a family, as a family unit. What are your strengths as a family? What are your weaknesses as a family? One of your strengths could be, that are very loyal to each other, and you love each other and you do anything for each other. And maybe a weakness is that, as a family, you like to spend money and not have enough, in savings, or you have so much fun that you put too much on the credit card and you end up running carrying a balance from month to month. Any number of things, that could be going on there. And of course, then also for opportunities and threats, where opportunities could be, saving together so you can go on a trip together, or you have some kind of common saving goal where everyone's pitching in and looking for ways to save money, and taking those couple extra cents and putting them in a jar, so you're saving towards something that you all want together, whether it's a gaming system, a trip, a new car, whatever, anything, a new TV, whatever it might happen to be, but it's a great opportunity for you to get the kids involved, get the whole family involved in working towards that common goal. And of course, threats could be, they definitely directly related to your weaknesses, right? Because, the threats could be, spending too much at the grocery store, or, McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts, or anything that might tempt you away from achieving those goals. So, once again, have a great time with this. Please let me know how it goes. And I will talk to you all next week. And if you have any questions, please ask them. I am always available to brainstorm with you, um, and have fun with this. Or if you need me to explain anything, especially if you're a small business owner and you're doing this for yourself, if you have any questions about how to do this, or what to do, or if something belongs in a certain category, I am here for you. So please let me know how I can help. So on that note, everyone have a wonderful weekend. Have fun with this, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye-bye.